A very good afternoon to you. Welcome to the news at 1 p.m. on Splash 105.5 FM, the Integrity Station. I'm Charity Jerome. First, the news headlines. Lawyers march to National Assembly as judiciary workers begin nationwide protest. Gunmen raise police stations in Abia and Anambra. On the foreign scene, Russia expels Czech diplomats over explosion row. And in sports, Jose Mourinho sacked as Tottenham coach. Details of these and more coming shortly. Members of the Nigeria Bar Association, NBA, today marched to the National Assembly in solidarity with judiciary workers who are protesting financial autonomy. At the nation's capital, the Judiciary Staff Union of Nigeria, JUSUN workers, converged on the gate of the Court of Appeal in Abuja, chanting solidarity songs and displaying placards. Topping the list of demands is the issue of financial autonomy to the judiciary. They're also asking for the payment of peculiar allowances to their members. Nigeria's Defense Minister Magashi Bashir has said that the federal government will soon commence recruitment of officers and soldiers across the country. Speaking at the headquarters of the Theatre Command in Maiduguri, when he led the Chief of Defense Staff, General Loki Rabo, and other service chiefs on an operational visit, Magashi said the move is part of the government's strategy to meet up manpower shortfalls as the country battles insurgency and banditry. The minister said the motive of the visit was to assess the fighting spirit of the troops of Operation Lafia Dole and also to motivate them. While addressing the troops, Magashi intimated them of the government's plan to recruit more hands to relieve battle-fatigued soldiers. Speaking further, the defense minister told journalists that the government takes the welfare of the troops serious, hence the directive for proper documentation of all issues. A former director of Department of State Services, DSS, Mike Ejiofor, has warned that the 2023 general elections would not hold over the worsening security situation in the country. Speaking during an interview today, Ejiofor asked the federal government to urgently tackle insecurity head-on. Amid the serious security challenges facing the country, Ejiofor backed several calls for restructuring, saying the move would help solve the various national issues. The security official also faulted a situation whereby states would converge at Abuja on a monthly basis to collect allocation, urging that if government looks inward, the states can survive without the periodic revenue.
We never actually started red line then. It was a blue line that we started in 2010, right? If we step back then, you remember we've always had that rail corridor. So Lagos was not with the federal government.
If you think rejigging or changing the leadership is a problem, we'll tell you that is not the problem. The problem is structural. We need to look at the various components in this country and restructure. There has been a lot of agitation calling for restructuring. We need to practice true federalism, true fiscal federalism. So until that is done, we'll continue to have this problem. The security architecture, for instance, like I've said, we need to look at the issue of establishment of the state police. I continue to emphasize on this. And people will begin to say, why do you always talk of establishment of the state police? Security problem is local. So the solution to must be local. And the earlier government does something about it, the better, because if government fails to do something and this thing degenerates, I'm afraid this country will be heading into the precipice.
To other news now, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has said that the administration of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, did not give the state government the right of way for the construction of the light rail. He disclosed this at the Lagos House during an interview with newsmen. He recalled that during the electioneering campaign in 2019, citizens of Lagos had always wanted the state government to solve the issue of transportation. The governor explained that despite the huge capital involved, his administration decided to seek funds to deliver rail, waterways and road transportation. On the state government's decision to improve the transport sector, Sanwo-Olu said the move would enhance the economic value of the masses and improve the quality of lives.
We never actually started red line then. It was a blue line that we started in 2010, right? If we step back then, you remember we've always had that rail corridor. So Lagos was not with the federal government at that time. So PDP government never gave Lagos the right of way for the red line now, which is from Oyinbo, Ebute-Metta, all the way to Agbado, right? Which was where we all grew up, that rail corridor, right? So federal government never gave us that opportunity to be able to do the red line there, right? So it's just now that indeed we're doing the red line, right? So federal government went on to want to do Lagos to Ibadan, then to Kano, right? If we miss the opportunity now and we don't quickly do the red line, what will happen is that once they start a full operation, you will not be able, to have an intra-city rail network there.
Well, to Kano State now, the governor, Abdullahi Ganduje, has inaugurated 25 power bikes procured by the Kano Road Traffic Agency, Karota, to control traffic. Inaugurating the power bikes in Kano, Ganduje said the bikes would be used to ensure that road users comply with traffic regulations. He said the bikes would enable Karota personnel to move quickly to monitor traffic, trace violators, and go around the city to fish out those smuggling illicit and substandard goods in the state. The governor urged Karota officials to redouble their efforts in controlling traffic and apprehending those who break traffic rules. The police have confirmed the arrest of 10 suspects over alleged complicity in a rival cult clash in Ikire local government area of Ekiti. ASP Sunday Abutu, the police public relations officer who confirmed the incident to newsmen in Ado Ekiti, said the clash occurred on Saturday night and the early hours of yesterday. The police spokesperson also confirmed that 6 persons lost their lives in the clash, adding that their corpses have been deposited in the morgue. Abutu said those arrested are in the police custody and will be charged to court accordingly. Meanwhile, gunmen have reportedly attacked and razed down a police station in Uzoakoli, Bende local government area of Abia State. The incident occurred in the early hours of today. While details of the attack were still sketchy at the time of filing the report, it was gathered that the gunmen subdued the policemen on duty and released suspects in custody. In other news, a set of hoodlums today attacked Zone 13 Police Command in Ukbo, Donokofia local government area of Anambra State. A video made by a police officer on duty at the zonal headquarters showed the administrative building of the headquarters going up in flames as a result of the attack. Circumstances behind the attack were still unclear as at the time of filing this report. Well, still the news at 1 p.m. on Splash 105.5 FM. Still to come, Russia expels Czech diplomats over explosion row. And UEFA to ban clubs who partake in European Super League. We'll take a short break now. When we come back, we'll bring you details of these and other stories. To stay with us.
A fully furnished, nice and comfortable hostel accommodation in University of Ibadan, or a place for seminars and executive trainings at the same venue? You do not have to worry. Adebayo Akonde Hall suits your lodging needs and provides you a home away from home. Adebayo Akonde Hall is a 4-star hostel built in a serene environment with constant supply of electricity. It has fully furnished rooms that gives you great comfort at an affordable price. Adebayo Akonde Hall is located at Ajibode Extension, University of Ibadan. To make reservations, visit www.adebayohall.com or call the numbers 0805-699-8718, 0805-699-8719, 0805-699-8720. Adebayo Akonde Hall. Built for comfort. Built for you.
Well, thank you so much for staying with us here on the news at 1 p.m. on Splash 105.5 FM. Turning to the foreign scene now. Russia has announced that 20 diplomats from the Czech Republic will be expelled from the country. The Czech Republic expelled 18 Russian diplomats on Saturday. They are suspected of involvement in an explosion at an arms depot in 2014, which killed 2 people. European Union foreign ministers are set to discuss the accusation during a meeting on Monday. The U.S. has warned Russia that it will have consequences if the opposition activist Alexei Navalny dies in jail. The UK, France, Germany and the European Union have also expressed their concern over his treatment. Navalny's doctors say he will die within the next few days if not given urgent medical attention for acute back pain and leg numbness. Russia's ambassador to the UK has said that Navalny is attention-seeking and would not be allowed to die in prison. Well, still on the foreign scene, South Korea's Justice Ministry has said it will grant temporary stay permits to illegal migrant children born and who have lived there for at least 15 years. To receive the stay permits, the undocumented children were required to have graduated from primary school before February 28th and have lived in the country for more than 15 years. Secondary school students would be given the D4 visa to allow them live there until graduation. Those who already graduated from high school would receive the G1 visa to stay in the country for 1 year to prepare for college entrance and job application. The parents of the illegal migrant children would be allowed to live in the country until the kids become adults. According to the ministry, the policy will temporarily run until February 28, 2025 to prevent it from being illegal migration. And now to the ever-exciting world of football and sports. Jose Mourinho has been sacked as Tottenham coach after 17 months in charge of the London club. According to reports, Ryan Mason and Chris Powell will be temporarily in charge until a new permanent manager is appointed. It was gathered that the club has begun the process of appointing a new coach. And UEFA and English, Spanish and Italian football authorities have announced that any club who take part in a so-called European Super League would be banned from all other domestic and continental competitions. European football's governing body said it had learned that some English, Spanish and Italian clubs might announce a breakaway competition. The new format has been put forward as a rival to the UEFA Champions League, but not as a replacement to domestic leagues. It was reported that an announcement on plans to create a Super League could be made later in the day. Meanwhile, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United and Tottenham have agreed to join the European Super League. And just before we go, here's a quick recap of the major headlines. Lawyers have marched to the National Assembly as judiciary workers begin nationwide protests. Gunmen have reportedly raised police stations in Abia and Anambra State. On the foreign scene, we told you that Russia has expelled Czech diplomats over explosion row. And in sports, UEFA to ban clubs who partake in European Super League. For more details on the news, you can visit our website on www.splashfm1055.com. Now you can download Splash FM mobile app on iOS, BlackBerry World, and Google Play Store to listen live, get news updates, and opinion poll. You can also report an event live to us through the iReports feature. To download, simply go to any of the stores mentioned and search for Splash FM 105.5 and then click to download. We now have come to the end of the news on Splash 105.5 FM, the Integrity Station and the best radio station in the southwest of the country. The news editor is Tunde Olawuwo, assisted by Ayo Olubusi. I am Charity Jerome. Good afternoon. Thank you for listening.
Quick, Charger 240.
Hot news, cool vibes, sports, and more on the Integrity Station. We educate. That's why we are respected. We inform.